What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 17 days out physique update from the conqueror William Bonac. So for those of you guys who do not know, the man is a 2 times Arnold champion, which could have easily been 3, because I personally think that he deserved to win the Arnold back in 2022, and that was against Brandon Carey, although that was a very close call. Now one thing we do not have to worry about at all when it comes to William Bonac is that his conditioning is gonna be superb. He's gonna be spot on. He may be at the tail end of his career, but looking at how he looked in the 4 shows that he did last year, especially his last 2 shows, the Weight Pro and the Olympia, he's most probably gonna bring a very impressive package once again here at the Arnold in 17 days time. Now think about it. This is a guy who said back in 2023 that he's just gonna do one more Miss Olympia and then retire. But the way this guy has made progress, especially with his quads coming back, and his waistline looking a lot more V-tapered, especially during this Arnold prep. And to top it all off, placing top 7 at the Olympia last year, beating some young guys like Rafael Brandao, there is no reason to doubt that William Bonac is gonna place high once again at this year's Arnold. Now, unlike Brandon Carey, William Bonac was very truthful and very realistic about his chances at this upcoming Arnold.
So when I saw that, that made me like, okay, I'm on the right track, so
Right.
just keep going. Yeah.
Now the reason I'm comparing both these guys again and again is because they're both of the same age and they have gone back and forth, beating each other in the past. So Brandon Carey, who even said that he can expose Samson Dauda and Derek Lunsford in certain areas. So basically he was saying he has a shot at this upcoming Arnold title. But Bonac on the other hand, he has very realistic expectations. Thankfully for Dubat invited him on the Real Bodybuilding podcast and conducted a great interview. And here is the part where William Bonac talks about the upcoming Arnold and his chances there. Now keep in mind, you guys are gonna see William Bonac compete a lot this year, as he's doing Detroit Pro as well as Pittsburgh Pro.
I know the champion is coming there, you understand? I know not only the champion, the two champions, even 3 champions from our other class as well. So I know what's ahead of me. You get me? And I just hope the best, and if I can place a top 5 or top 4, thank you. And if I place out of the top 6, thank you as well.
Guys, Mr. Olympia Signature Series is now live on hostile.com. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% discount and click the arrow below to check out all the hostile products. So does Carlos Thomas Jr. gets enough credit on his legs development? Because those quads are undoubtedly some of the biggest quads right now in the men's open bodybuilding. Just as all of us were speculating whether Carlos is gonna have enough separation in his legs at this upcoming Arnold, he posts this picture on how his body works, and the man is showcasing a lot more lines and separation this time around. It looks very enhanced. So the biggest exciting factor of Carlos as he preps for his first ever Arnold is the fact that the man is doing this prep with Patrick Tour, because we can almost guarantee that Carlos is gonna be miles ahead in terms of his conditioning compared to his last show, which was like 18 months ago, and the only pro show that he has done after turning pro, and that was Texas Pro back in 2023. Now Carlos has talked big game going into this competition. He has visualized him getting compared to none other than the former Miss Olympia, Derek Lunsford. So maybe they are onto something very big. Now there is no denying the fact that this man is a genetic freak, one of the biggest freaks in town, and this is gonna be a show which can make Carlos an absolute superstar. Not saying he's gonna place top 3, because that's not gonna happen in my opinion, but a very impressive looking Carlos at this year's Arnold that will set him up for a very nice victory for Detroit Pro just a few weeks later, and also secure his Olympia spot and bring an even better package at the Olympia later this year. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have an update from Andrew Jack, and I have got to say he's such a chill guy, because at this point, when everyone is dieting so hard and they're counting days till this is all over, Andrew on the other hand, he sounded funny when he said he doesn't know how many weeks out he is today.
So we're here again, a couple of weeks out, I don't know how many, I don't count, but...
And it is kind of insane that the closer he's getting to this competition, his strength just keeps getting impressive, because he was rowing 4 players today. Now I know a lot of people say that his arms look kinda sus, but I just think he has overall great arms development, great muscle bellies, and it looks like a monster less than 3 weeks out right now. So Andrew Jack hasn't reached his full potential just yet. And that, I have got to say, is a scary thought. He was pretty close at Texas Pro last year, and no wonder, but people had him battling it out for the Olympia title last year if he brought that same package. But unfortunately, that did not happen. So the fact that he hasn't fully peaked just yet, that must be a very scary thought for all of his competition, because he can be 100% at this upcoming Arnold and just shock the entire bodybuilding world. Now we have all seen how this entire prep that has all been focused around improving his back. So this is gonna be a very interesting package. Next up, we have an update from Justin Shier, posting the starting point of his prep for this year's Chicago Pro versus how he looked like back in 2023 when he went on to win the same show, which was also his pro debut. So it's safe to say that this offseason, that was well worth it, because it was a very long one, and the man looks considerably bigger right now, and the condition also looks a lot better compared to his starting point now than it was 2 years ago. Now I have said this so many times, I 100% believe that this man is an incredible talent, and it is just a matter of time. And if he's able to bring up his back, and he can match that to his front, the man is gonna be undeniable. Because that flow, with those round bubbly quads, a very small waistline, and wide lats, huge arms, those are ideal proportions for any bodybuilder. And looking at his back, from his amateur days, it is quite clear that it was a lagging body part, even back then. But the way it has progressed over the years, he can make further improvements in that aspect. So him and Carlos Thomas Jr., they won their IFB Pro cards on the same show in the same year. And Justin has all the intentions to make himself a 2-time Olympian this year. So this picture of him, just a few days out of Chicago Pro back in 2023, that speak volumes about how good Justin can be. So most of us who have been following Breon Ansley and his career for so many years now, and due to those restrictions in classic physique, he never truly bulked. So the one time he did push that envelope, that was back in 2023, when he announced that he's gonna do the 212 class next. But later, he retraced his decision due to that increase in the weight limit in classic physique. And this is without any doubt his heaviest ever body weight right now. And the man seems to grow while staying in good shape as well. Now Breon is a true workhorse. He never shies away from the hard work. And watching him put more focus on all those little things, that makes a big difference on the stage. And that also shows his commitment to the sport of bodybuilding. Now I wish he would have made this switch to the 212 class after 2021, because when Terence Ruffin beat him the second time, 2 years in a row, it was clear that he will no longer be fighting for the classic physique Olympia title again. The point I'm trying to make is that his age factor is gonna come into play. It is extremely hard to bring up the quads at the age of 45, no matter how gifted you are. And this is Breon's biggest challenge, because that's the one thing the judges were pointing out during the last few years, even in classic physique. Next up, we have an update from Chris Bumstead, retired from competitive bodybuilding, but something will never change, and the biggest of them all is the love for training. He said he wants to be as big as he possibly can, but also jacked at the same time. And looking at this Chris Bumstead versus the one that was coming up so many years ago, his training style, his techniques, that has totally changed now, because he was a guy who was doing those heavy squats, very heavy deadlifts, and he did that throughout his younger years. And that might have also contributed to his injuries, especially in the later stages of his classic physique career. Now you guys must have seen his statue recently, which is insane. So looking at cbum's career, it seems like that the stars were aligned just for him, for his success. Just when he turned pro, classic physique division was introduced, and he just became the standard of that division. Now it will be cool to see how classic evolves now that cbum isn't competing anymore. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.